Hello everyone, in this video we're going to look at how to create Classic Tween in Adobe Animate. Now Adobe Animate is the same software which was called as Adobe Flash before, so this tutorial works for both Animate and for Flash. We're going to create a small animation where an object can be rotated, it can be moved, and it can also be scaled. So here in this example, you can see that the star is becoming bigger, it's going to a different place, and it's also rotating. So let's get started. I'm taking a new scene, I'll close all this, and I'm going to choose ActionScript 3 for now. I'm creating a simple shape that is a star. We can go to Polystar, and we can click on this options and choose star here. You can decide how many sides you want to have and click OK. I'm just going to click one of the corners and just click and drag. You'll get the star. So once I get this shape that I wanted, I have to convert this into a symbol in order to do this Classic Tween. We can also do it without converting it as a symbol, but there's a small difference. And it's a good workflow to create it as a symbol before you animate it. So I'll go ahead and select this selection tool, select the object, right click on it, and choose Convert to Symbol. We can also convert it as a symbol by clicking F8 key in the keyboard. Or we can also go to Modify and choose Convert to Symbol. Great, so I'll click on this for now. And we can give a name for this. I will name it as star. And we can choose any type of symbol. It does not matter what type of symbol you're using. Movie clip, button, and graphic. I'll click OK, leaving it as graphic. So we have a symbol. Great. Now I want to create this animation over 30 frames. So I'll go to the frame number 30, right click, and choose Insert Keyframe. Next step, we want to push this to the place that we wanted. So here. So first I'm just making the movement, then we can create the rest of the animation. I'll go to the middle anywhere here, or even in the first frame, right click and choose Create Classic Tween. Click on it, you will see a purple color and an arrow which says that the animation is created. To test this animation, we can press Enter key in the keyboard. You can see that the star is going from one place to the other place. But still it is in the same size, so next step we will make it bigger. Make sure that you're in frame number 30 and select the object. You can either use the free transform tool to make it bigger by clicking on this corner, and holding down the shift key will help you to maintain the same proportion. Otherwise, you can also press Ctrl T, or you can just open this panel, and here in the transform panel you can also adjust the size. Now if your size is not getting constrained, you can also click on this link button. If it is off, then either it will squeeze or stretch. So let's make sure that it's turned on. Great. So now we have made it bigger in frame number 30. So let's press Enter to test it again. Now you can see that the star was smaller in the beginning and then it becomes bigger. Great. Next up, we want to rotate it. So if I select this object, and I can just manually rotate it here, but this will not work out the way we expected. Let's just go ahead and do that. I'll go to rotate, I'll make it 360. So let me play it back now. You can see that it is not rotating 360. That is because Flash has a different way of animating this object. I'll bring it back to 0. And now all I have to do is just go to the first frame of our animation, and don't select the star, select the frame. Okay, it works only if you select the frame. And in the properties, we have some options here inside Tweening. So if I go to rotate, I have to choose which direction I want to rotate. So let's say clockwise, and I can choose how many times I want to rotate. If I make it 1, press Enter now, you can see that it makes 1 complete rotation. So if I make it 2 and press Enter, you can see that now it makes 2 360-degree rotations. Great. So I'll press Ctrl Enter. So we've created a Classic Tween where the star is moving from one place to another place. It's rotating at the same time, and it is also becoming bigger. Now we can continue this animation also just by going to frame number 50, for example. Right click, choose insert keyframe, and we can move it to a different location. And if I want, I can also make it smaller by holding the shift key. And again, if you want to create the same animation here, right click and choose create classic tween. So if I just go to the beginning and press enter now, you can see that it's going there and coming back here. And if you want to have a rotation here also, we can go to frame number 30 and choose counterclockwise, for example, and just 1 this time. And I will also make this rotation to be 1 because making it 2 makes it very fast. I'll press enter, and you can see that that's the result. So to export it as a SWF file, I can press Control Enter. Great. Now I told you that we have to convert this object into a symbol. Now let's see what happens if I don't convert this object into a symbol. If I go to my library, you can see that I have one symbol that is called star. Now another thing to keep in mind is the layer that you're using for Classic Tween, you should not create any other object in that same layer. So better, once you finish the job, lock this layer. Now I'll create one more animation in a different layer. So I'll just click on new layer. So I've added layer number 2. I'll go to the first frame and I'm just going to create a different object. I will also change this color. So something like that. And I want to create an animation, the similar animation till frame number 30. And notice that this time I'm not converting it as a symbol. So I'll right click at frame number 30 and create insert keyframe. Great, I'll just move this to a different location. Notice that I have not converted it as a symbol. I'll right click in between and choose create classic tween. Now notice what happened. Instead of one symbol, we have 2 symbols, but you will get the same result of animation. So what Flash does is it takes the first frame and it creates a symbol, and it takes the last frame and it creates another symbol. Now in the last frame, if you keep another object, that is when things will go worse. So it is always better to convert it as a symbol before you start animating. So first frame, once you draw it, convert it as a symbol, and then create the insert keyframe and make the changes in the position, rotation, and scaling. We can also do some more little tricks. Go to the middle here. Say for example, I can click on this frame number 30's keyframe. It's locked. I'll just turn it off. Okay, great. So I'll select it and go to properties. And here we also have something called color effects. So we can change the brightness, the tint, the color. We can also go ahead and choose alpha to make it transparent. So what happens is, like, let's say if I make it transparent, completely transparent at frame number 30. So if I just play it back, you can see that it becomes transparent and then comes back visible. So this concludes this video on creating Classic Tween in Adobe Animate and in Adobe Flash. Hit the like button if you like the video, and if you have any questions or comments, you can write them in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.